close. If you'd like to get the pole, that would help things. But, really proud of, the speed that we've brought really all 3 weeks in the playoffs so far. We just haven't got the finishes, haven't executed like we needed to. But, we know what tomorrow is. Tomorrow's a must-win for us. And you're going to have track position to do that. So glad we executed today, and I feel like we got a decent left shop slot Ford Mustang. Long run speed was good. But so much changes tomorrow night with the traction compound and grooves moving around, and so there's still a lot of homework to do tonight and a lot of preparation to make sure we get the changes just right for tomorrow. But thankful to have good speed and give ourselves a fighting chance tomorrow.
You guys are one of the slowest playoff drivers in practice, but then you guys were able to contend for the pole. What was the difference between the two sessions there?
When I rolled out for practice, I was in traffic there. I didn't actually set my fastest lap to like lap 15 or 16, so I wasn't terribly worried about it because I thought our long run pace was good and balance was close. And you know how it is here too, like 3, 4, 500ths, and you're up or down 5 or 6 spots. So I wasn't terribly concerned going into qualifying. And this track is just a lot about commitment going into qualifying, and kind of knew what I needed to do. And we just missed it last year here. I think we qualified 6th in our group, and you go back and you study that and you look at all the little things that you could have done different to get those couple hundredths. So everything went pretty smooth today.
Jordan was asked, he was in here earlier, he was asked about what you had said on Twitter about the introduction of stage breaks
Oh, yeah.
for the Charlie Rumble. He said he hadn't seen it, but was there anything about that you wanted to say either to him or to anyone else who was maybe, had one opinion or the other about having stage caution?
No, I mean, the thing is it's just an opinion, right? There's guys that want the stage breaks, there's guys that don't. There's fans that want it, and there's fans that don't. I think as drivers, we always want what's best for us, for our result and our teams. And the best thing for myself and our team is no stage breaks. So I'm not that excited about it, but they didn't ask me, and they don't care. And my feelings aren't hurt about it. We'll go to the Roval, and we'll do everything we can to try to win the race. It's, I think it's funny when you hear guys politicking of what they like to see when it really has no bearing on what their opinion or thoughts are on what they would like.
How exactly do you adjust now?
For the Roval?
Yes.
You're going to have to revert back to you pit with 2 to go in the stage. I mean, if you're going to try to win the race, that's what you have to do. And, that's what I think is unfortunate about it. It actually takes the strategy out of it. You know that if you want to score stage points, you're going to run to the stage break. And if you want to try to win the race, you pit with 2 laps to go. Everybody knows what's going to happen. And so I think it just takes away some of the strategy and more than anything, it's just, we worked really hard at Indy to build a gap before that first pit stop. Did the same thing at Watkins Glen, build a gap for that first pit stop. You're just eliminating, that speed that you had.
Do you think it was just like too much a knee-jerk reaction to those 2 road course races? Or?
No, I don't know. I don't know what goes into that decision making, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if the fan council or TV or all the key partners were like, hey, we don't like this, and if that's the case, it doesn't matter what we think. Like I said, we're all trying to get the best thing for our team and for ourselves, our own results. So I mean, it's just part of it.
You mentioned tweaking some things and watching film to better your qualifying lap. You finished top 10 here fairly recently. Do you know what you have to do to kind of get over that hump and get a win here tomorrow?
Well, you got to have speed, right? And which I think we do. We've had trouble these last few weeks correlating our qualifying speed and the race speed, but I feel like we ran either the most or the second most laps in practice to make sure that we aren't, setting ourselves up for failure. But it's also part of being a young team. And when I mean young team, young engineers and crew chiefs and myself, and working together, building that database of what you need to do overnight to unload that next run where you need to be. So it's all part of the growing process. And, all these things are steps to make us better, not just right now, but in the future too.
Is this Hail Mary weekend?
Absolutely. Yeah. Stay out, no tires, whatever. I mean, we got nothing to lose, right? We have to win. So it's not like we're trying to get momentum back on our side or try to, get the ship turned the right way. We have to win. We can do all that the rest of the season. But tomorrow, if there's any opportunity for us to be aggressive any opportunity for us to get to the lead and have a shot at winning, that's what we're going to do.
Michael, the Fords have been really fast here lately, especially the RFK family. What is it about Bristol that really suits the Ford?
Yeah, I think just in general, the package for us here with the high speeds, the RPM range that we're in, it seems to suit us well. That actually probably gets a little bit better tomorrow night too when you get around the top. So I think that, there's so many factors that go into it, and it ebbs and flows, right? We've seen manufacturer strengths come and go throughout the last 18 months. So I feel like right now everybody's on a pretty level playing field, it seems like, just looking at the orders.
Is your team working with the RFK a little closer?
No, not any closer than we have. We have an alliance with them, but that's fairly limited on what we get to see and don't see. So it's not like years past where it's full transparency and we know what they're running and all that. We get to use some of their tools, and they help us with some of engineering support that we need, but it's not a 100% alliance, if that makes sense.
This is Austin Dillon, driver of the Bass Pro Shops Chevrolet. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also check out one of those 2 videos beside me. Visit frontstretch.com for more racing content.